Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. I'm Stephanie Fisher. I'm a licensed counselor here in the state of Michigan, and I'm owner and operator of In Progress Counseling. Last week was probably the first time out of the 3 years I've been doing this that I didn't actually post 2 videos, and that's because life sent a giant sucker punch, and when that happens, life reshuffles and priorities change and things pivot. And that really ties in well to the intended part 10 of the transition piece. And that is that we are going to be perpetual editors. And we not only have to give ourselves permission to continually edit, but there's a freedom in knowing that there's not this like one destination where everything's worked out. And once we land there, we are carefree and we don't have, considerations and stressors. Life is about the ebbs and flows. It's about seasonal patterns and shifts. It's why I love transition work where people are going through high distress during a time of transition. And what we do is we stabilize who we are in transitions. We work on our character in transitions. We work on our ability to have patience. We work on our ability to ask for help. We work on our ability to slow everything down, manage our anxiety, have discernment practices, and lean into community. There's pieces that are vital for healthy transitions, but one of the underpinning realities is if you get good at editing, you are setting yourself up well. When we cling to things and we refuse to allow change to happen, friends, not only do you not have that control, and I don't have that control, but it makes the emotional taxation can be astronomical. The fear of change, the resistance of change, the insisting that change isn't supposed to happen to you or change isn't supposed to happen to me. It's like, where do I get off in a world where, change is the one thing we all have in common? Where do I get off saying, well, that's not supposed to happen to me though? I've built this very well-structured life and I don't want anything to affect it. It's like, well, do system management and be proactive, and also things change. And there's beauty in that, but there's also a caution in that, because we have to learn how to edit, and we have to learn we don't have to, okay? You don't have to. I'm using too strong of language, too dichotomous of language, but if we get good at transitioning, if we get good at flexibility, if we get good at surveying, okay, there's this shift happening. What are my options? What's my next teeny tiny step? What can I offload? What can I reorganize? There's beauty in being skilled in transitions. There's beauty in saying, hey, I'm going to likely be a lifelong editor because I change, people around me change, contexts change. It's a skill to navigate changes well and healthfully and with a sense of agency. Now, that doesn't mean things don't happen to you. It doesn't mean life doesn't hand sucker punches. It means when that happens, I can recalibrate my expectations of self. I can recalibrate my expectations of what are my priorities, where am I going to put my energy. If I have to slow everything down and not move for a moment, I want it to be at the level of choice. I want, when I get stunned by life, I want to have the freedom to say, girl, you're fine if you just stay here for a while. That's agency, that's choice, where I know I'm pressing pause because I've chosen to press pause. Those are really powerful skills to develop. We will be lifelong editors, or life is going to change anyway, and we're going to have to ride the waves and maybe be in the passenger seat or ride the roller coaster, put our hands up and say like, not me, not here, not change. Friends, it happens. When we get good at editing, when we find our agency in transitions, when we learn how to develop flexibility, patience, discernment, community, there's a lot of pieces that can help us successfully navigate transitions. And one of them is being committed to edit as we go.